The march toward Ogumbi had begun. But with each step, Chima's dreams grew darker and stranger. He saw flashes, temples burning in the sky, gods in chains, and a radiant being with eyes of fire falling from the heavens. He woke drenched in sweat, his heart pounding with memories that were not his own. Whispering voices, ancient and distant. Ezenwa, Ezenwa. The name echoed through the wind. Adana noticed his silence. She touched his arm, her voice calm but knowing. Adana, the gods remember you, my love. They fear your return. And then the truth began to unfold. Long before the world of men was carved from dust, a compassionate god, Ezenwa, the light-bearer of the east wind, looked upon mankind's suffering. While others feasted on worship, he mourned for mortals. He saw Adana's ancestors, a tribe punished unjustly for defying cruel gods. Their curse ran through generations, marking them Osu. Ezenwa pitied them, but pity became love. He broke heaven's first law, descending from the celestial realm to touch a mortal's heart. For that act, the gods rose in fury. They cast him down, stripped him of immortality, his name erased from the stars. He was reborn unknowingly, as Chima, son of a wicked king, the same bloodline that once waged war against Adana's cursed tribe. He grew amidst cruelty, never knowing that within him slept the light of a god. But love awoke the truth. In Adana's eyes, he saw not just beauty, but destiny's echo. Her soul was the same one that had once called him from the heavens. Now, as he marched closer to Ogumbi, his memories returned like fire through mortal veins. Dreams became visions. Visions became awakening. He was both Ezenwa and Chima, the fallen god and the mortal prince. And the gods watched in silence, for they knew what was to come could unmake the order of creation. As the storm gathered above Ogumbi, the heavens whispered once more. Voice of the ancients, the light-bearer has returned. The god who chose love over power walks again. Ogumbi trembled beneath darkened skies. The winds howled, the stars flickered, even the gods seemed to hold their breath. Chima, now awake as Ezenwa, the light-bearer, led the Nworie army to the gates of his birthright. Before him stood the walls that had once rejected him. Behind him, thousands of outcasts, reborn as noble men, waited for his command. Echo of horns, storm building. The first arrow flew, and the siege of Ogumbi began. The battle raged for 7 nights. The river ran red, and the cries of the dying reached the heavens. In the palace courtyard, the wicked king, Chima's mortal father, knelt in defeat. He wept, his crown shattered, his voice trembling. My son, show mercy. I was deceived by fear and pride. But mercy no longer belonged to men. It belonged to destiny. Chima raised his blade, the same one forged in exile, and spoke. You sowed the curse that broke the world. Now I reap what was foretold. He struck his father, and the sword fell to the ground. The heavens split. Thunder rolled through eternity. And from the storm, Ezenwa rose, divine once more. His mortal flesh burned away in radiant light. And Adana, his eternal love, ascended beside him, reborn as Nworie, goddess of dawn and compassion. Their power shook the cosmos. The sea boiled, the mountains trembled, and the old gods awoke from their slumber. Heavy chanting begins, deep and ancient. From the underworld rose the elder gods, jealous, furious, unbound. They cried, "He has broken the balance. He has defied the law of creation." But Ezenwa stood firm, his voice echoing through the realms. "I did not break creation. I restored it. Love is not rebellion. Love is redemption." Thunder clashes and a divine war erupts. Thus began the war of the gods. Skies became battlefields. Lightning clashed against flame. Every god that once ruled through fear met the strength of compassion and rebellion united. Adana's light shielded mortals from ruin, while Ezenwa's wrath tore through the tyrants of heaven. When the storm ended, silence fell. The heavens, scarred but free, no longer bound love with law. The curse on Adana's bloodline vanished, and the gods, once cruel, learned the humility of man. Will the gods return? Ezenwa and Nworie vanished from mortal sight, their forms scattered into the wind, guardians of those who love selflessly. Legends say that when thunder roars over Igbo lands, it is not wrath, but the heartbeat of Ezenwa, watching over the tribe born from exile, the people who turned pain into purpose. Stay tuned for the return of the gods.